So I don't know how everyone's doing in their quarantining, social isolation, etc. I've been feeling, I was feeling pretty good, and I think this week has been the worst yet. Um, to be expected, up and down, day by day, and just minute by minute. I don't know if anyone else is. Well, I do know. I hear this a lot. People are feeling, it's a real roller coaster. So just allowing that to be okay, that things are just up and down. That's just the way it is. Um, so I've been thinking also about the importance of self-care during this time, and this sort of hi this sort of tension, I guess, people maybe are feeling, and a lot of guilt. People are feeling a lot of guilt around needing to be productive at at this time in their lives, in, in our lives. Um, and I've been thinking about that a lot, and it actually actually came up with a client today, and it's come up pre-pandemic time, um, about this pressure of things needing to be productive and needing to produce in order to have value in life. Um, and so this particular client and I are working on trying to view self-care as productive, um, because for them, they still really need to have something, have a result. And so, we were spending time today thinking about a definition of what productivity is and having that result, and how a lot of things that they would do that they have trouble doing don't have an immediate result. And so, like, challenges around doing something long term just for the benefit of doing it long term, and really breaking down, like, what are the immediate results of doing those things. So for example, exercise, even though long term your goal might be something, but in the immediate, you sweat, you get your blood pressure up, no, not blood pressure, heart rate up, you feel better, endorphins release, like, you sleep better, maybe your body feels better, all those things. So trying to reframe that as productive as well, even if the result isn't what you want immediately. But yeah, I've been trying to think about that myself and my own self care around, um, giving myself permission to do things like take care of myself. And sometimes that feels really counter to what we've been told. Um, and sometimes some of our self care can look lazy. Um, but seeing that your self care is productive and it's essential for you to be able to take care of other people, or to be the best version of yourself, or to contribute to society in other ways, and to show up in your life in the ways that you want to, or in this case, to just get by the best way that you can in the middle of the times that we're in. So for some people, saying self-care can be like taking a nap, when they feel like it, when they're tired. And in this case, I think I was mentioning recently about this experience is really triggering for many of us, and for many folks who have trauma. This is a traumatic experience that we're experiencing globally. And so a response that you might be having is you might be really tired and you're processing a lot of emotion. Sometimes you might be crying or being angry. And one of the body's responses in that might be to be tired. So that actually sleeping, if you're sleeping in, or you need to take a nap, is actually productive and needed. That's what your body's asking for. Or sometimes my self care involves looking out the window and watching squirrels, because they remind me that things continue and life goes on, and they're just cute and fun to watch. And it's not really like productive in the sense that I don't have anything that I've come away with other than feeling calmer. And so acknowledging that self care can look like laziness, but that if that is what you need to feel good, it's super important in these times to be taking care of yourself. That's not to say, I think it can be a fine line. It's not to say that you're giving yourself permission to just give up and never, like to sleep all the time, or just binge bong smoke all the time, and watch Netflix and live in your own filth. I mean, that's a fair response, but I'm just saying that that's actually not taking care of yourself. So having the understanding that self-care is about allowing yourself time and space to relax, do nothing, say no, do whatever your body's craving, play, make art, have sex, masturbate, same thing, but with yourself. Just petting your cat. That's not a euphemism, but same. Speaking of which, my actual cat is trying to tear up my carpet right now, which is my distraction. So that is what I've been that's what I've been thinking about lately, among other things. But self-care has been a real challenge for me over the years, and I get into a place where I think I need to do all the things and be really busy and complete everything on my to-do list, and I haven't been able to do that in the last few days. So part of self-care for me is just acknowledging that there are going to be days where I'm not able to do the things that I want to do, and that's okay, and being loving to myself despite that. So that is not always easy, but again, viewing self-care as something that, if you're a person who's really prone to needing things to be about being productive, that trying to reframe self-care as productive, because if you aren't taking care of yourself, you're showing up as not your best self, and we see people who are really in need of some self-care and they're not being their best by any means, and this is a particularly important time to be doing the best we can. Maybe we're not showing up as our best because of the situation, but we're acknowledging how challenging this is, and doing our best to take care of our needs in this time. And that's not selfish. That's survival. That is what you need to be doing in order to be moving forward and functioning. So that's my thought for today. I'm going to make it a shorter live. I know you're very sad about that, but if anyone has nothing going on tonight, or you want to do some self-care, I'm running a workshop, one of the next in my Sexy Ed Sex and Pleasure workshop series, which I host or run, but I often bring in facilitators, is tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can get a ticket online. I take pay what you can options. And it's on Polyamory 101 and being facilitated by a sex and relationship therapist, inclusive with Carling Mashinter. Hope I pronounced that right. Sorry, Carling, if you're watching this. Anyway, that is tonight, so I will be doing that. And then I will be eating chocolate and watching RuPaul as part of my self-care. And at some point, I'm going to sneak in some yoga in there. So that's it. Take care of yourself, drink your water, take your naps, have your showers once in a while, and know that you are doing your best, and it is productive. And fuck learning a language and reorganizing your house and homeschooling your children and starting a business. Like, cool if that's what you want to do and you feel like you have the energy to do that, and that's a genuine desire, not out of your desire to feel like you have to do that in order to justify your existence as a human. I'm just saying you don't. And then if you don't feel like doing that and all you're managing to do is feed yourself and occasionally clean yourself and once in a while, do something kind for yourself. You're doing okay. Okay, I'll talk to you Tuesday at 8 p.m. or maybe tonight at 7. I'll see you then, regardless, but be kind to yourselves out there. Bye. Oh, God. mm-hmm, mm-hmm.